My honest thoughts about Ghostbusters, the new movie. Um, why the hate? I mean, on YouTube and stuff. I mean, that's no look. Remember back in the days when information was a thing with Ghostbusters, and then when the new Ghostbusters came back out, when the live action, and then it was a cartoon spin-off. Then there was another spin-off to the real Ghostbusters, well, the Ghostbusters movie, and then 1984 one, and then it was the real Ghostbusters. I think it was 2 years later or 1 year later. But what I'm trying to point out is, how did you feel if people from back before Ghostbusters was a thing? How do you feel if they said, oh, the 1984 version sucked? I mean, when you think about it, that's what people who used to like the 84 Ghostbusters are going to say, and they grew up with it. Be honest though, I love it. I can't give too many spoilers though. But I will say I did like a lot of cameos, like Slimer, State Path, the other things about the new movie. It had a good lot of cameos in there, lots of references from different movies and cartoons and stuff. Oh, don't get me started on Casper, okay? Ghostbusters is way better, especially the 2016 one. I loved it to the core. A lot of people seem to hate the movie, but on YouTube, they say, oh, the trailer sucked, oh, it's not going to be good, and people say it's because women are in it and stuff like that. I agree with that opinion, sort of. I don't think it's just because the woman in it. It was because people said the trailer was bad. I don't think it was. It was just a test to see where people would love to see the movie or not. And I think people really, really, really need to get used to seeing this. Because, like IGN and all the other people may not like this movie, but I love the cameos, the real Ghostbusters. It's basically a lot of cameos in Ghostbusters. I'll give you a brief example of one of the cameos. And my favourite cameo of all. Dan Aykroyd, not played by Ray Stantz, by the way, but he was in the cab and he said things like, yeah, Ecto, whatever, and stuff, like you would in the Ghostbuster movie. Well, you have it in the movie, and that's a nice reference. He's a cab driver in it, and it was brilliant how it was done. The cameo was, all the cameos in the film were fantastic. I loved the intro, loved everything. Although it did have a few minor things that could have been put together and fixed. But other than that, the film, although I can see it being one of those most underrated Ghostbuster movies of all time, I can actually see people actually liking it, like a new generation of kids and stuff. So maybe the movie isn't going to suck or anything like that. The thing is, a lot of people say you can't judge it by the trailer. Not true. Not all movies are judged by trailers that are bad. Because I've watched the movie and it was brilliant. Everything they did in the hey, you haven't got lenses in your glasses. Oh, that's because they kept getting dirty all the time and stuff like that. And then there was the actor one and the girls dressed up in their Ghostbuster uniform, and you had the receptionist guy, and I forgot his name, but um, brilliant, by the way. Um, uh, and you gotta love Holtzman in Ghostbusters. Brilliant. Um, she's like a female version of Egon Spengler, I think. And like, you got Abby, who's like the race dance, and then you got like um uh Erin, who is like the Peter Venkman, and then you got Patty as basically Winston Zedmore of the team. And pretty much I love this movie so much. It's not as good as the 1984 Ghostbuster movie, but it's much better than Ghostbusters 2. A way better experience. I really think it was better than Ghostbusters 2, but not as good as the 1984 Ghostbusters. And that doesn't mean I don't prefer it in general. I love this movie more. It's a good reboot. You should go and see it in the cinemas. If you haven't really gone and seen it in the cinemas, rent the film, whatever you do. If it's out to rent, just rent it as soon as you can. You might be in for a treat, because you might be missing out on a good movie. And I've seen it in the cinema. I loved it. The trailer was really, really good. If you haven't seen the movie, I should highly recommend go check it out. And don't overlook it because you think Venomous has something to do with it, which they don't, and other things. I'm being serious here. It is a good movie. I loved it. I really, really, really loved this movie. It is something that other people may not like, but I like it because it's one of the best movies that's going to be underrated. And I really recommend, if you haven't seen this movie, go and see it, because you're missing out a great opportunity to see a great film. It may not be the film of the year like Zootropolis, or, well, in my opinion, which should be the film of the year, but it's probably going to be Fundadori or something like Pets. And I don't like Pets, by the way. I do like Zootropolis though. I love that film. But yeah, not a lot to say really. I just thought I'd bring up my honest opinion about the film, and go and see Ghostbusters. I mean, you're not missing out. You might think it's gooder than you think, better than the trailer. I even have a book about Ghostbusters that will get you into the movie of the new movie in 2016. So go and pick that book up if you can in WH Smith's or whatever. Just go and pick up the merchandise and everything you can of Ghostbusters and support it. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, that's pretty much wraps it up for now. And if you don't like the movie, well, there's the Extreme Ghostbuster episodes. Oh, yeah, Extreme Ghostbusters. That's an episode, right? A spin-off of the real Ghostbuster. Well, if you don't like this movie, well, there's something wrong with it. But anyway, enjoy what you can. I'm pretty much out of option here, so yeah. See you in the next episode. Sayonara for now. And I hope you enjoy Ghostbusters, the movie, and good luck to you to see the movie, because I absolutely love this movie. Sayonara for now, and all good things to say goodbye with.